What's up guys, back with another video, and today we have an Audi Q7 that we're going to be taking a look at. So before we get started, go ahead and pause the video and smash that like button. It definitely helps me out more than you think. And while you're at it, go ahead and drop a comment and subscribe. But with that being said, we're gonna hop right into it. It's raining outside, so we're gonna jump right in the car. All right guys, so today we have a 2020 Audi Q7. This is essentially the exact same thing as a 2022 or a 2021. Interior and exterior is pretty much identical. So these do start at around $54,000 US. For the 45 models, which would be the 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine, is gonna be for somebody who's looking for better gas mileage and not as much of the sporty side. And then around $60,000 for the 55, which comes with the 3-liter turbo V6, which is going to be on the more sporty side, and it's going to be for the guy who wants a little bit of pep, but still wants enough room for the family and pick up the kids and all that fun stuff. So it does have 3 rows of seats. This one actually has some really nice gray interior. Normally I'd be partial to like either a black interior or like a dark brown interior, but this gray is actually really nice and it's actually grown on me quite a bit. We are sitting in a 55. And I will say this thing is pretty quick for a 5,000-pound SUV. It definitely gets down. It's very audible. You get a lot of turbo noise. So for the people that like to hear a little bit of turbo spool or whatever it may be, it'll give you all of that. This one does have I think it's called the convenience package. So it has the paddle shifters, it has the heated seats, it has the Apple CarPlay, the Android Auto, all that fun stuff for people who love their technology. So it definitely comes fully loaded with quite a bit of stuff. And then I believe above the 55 would be like the S line, so definitely geared towards the more sporty side. And you can also get like the black optics package, which is just a visual thing, but once you start getting into those packages, you can definitely get real close to or well over $80,000. So this is for the people that are looking for nothing too crazy and just want a nice family car and maybe even want a little bit of sportiness. So that being said, we'll go ahead and turn the camera around and show you this interior. It's absolutely gorgeous. So from the driver's seat, we got this nice looking leather steering wheel. Super nice feel. The steering is wonderful in this thing. You got the super nice heads-up display. If you press this button right here on the steering wheel, you can go ahead and change the view. That just makes like the RPMs and the speedometer a little bit bigger. You've got this little arrow over here. You can switch between some screens. This is basically saying that your phone's connected. There's your music selection. This is telling them that they need to inspect it because this is a rental, so I'm not doing that. But you've got your gas mileage and consumption over here, and your date and time settings. So you can go ahead and scroll down. Oops, see if that'll focus. But you got your consumption, got your MPG, what you're getting and whatnot. So looks like this thing averages about 20 miles per gallon, which is not bad for a pretty big SUV. Average consumption, got your driver assist, and that's pretty much all for this screen. But like I said, I prefer to have it on the map because I just think it looks cool. And then you can still get all the information you need. You got your speedometer and your RPMs on the left there. You got a nice looking heat gauge. I love the way they display the fuel. It's super nice. It's just a simple little tick, but it looks super clean. So I am a fan of that. Over here on the left of the steering wheel, you've got your headlights. So you press this button, you can go from auto, you can turn on your low beams, you can turn on your side markers, and then you can just turn them off. And then over here you have like they call them the all weather lights, which basically just put some really bright lights to like the sides of the car, which I think it looks super nice. It definitely gives you a nice amount of extra light, so it does have that. I'm gonna go ahead and flip that back to auto. Over here you have your settings. So say the seat was to move, I just press that button, hold it down, and then it goes right back to the settings that I prefer. All you have to do to set that is you press the set button, and then you literally press 1 or 2, and then it'll set that number to the settings that you want. So that's pretty cool. Got your unlock and lock buttons here. Got this super nice looking trim here. I think this is plastic because I don't know what wood is gray, but it is plastic. Still looks super clean. And then over here you've actually got the fully automatic driver and passenger windows. And then you also got it in the back as well. So you just press that down, and then window goes all the way down. So if you're not used to the Audi family and you have windows that are automatic going down but maybe not going back up, or vice versa, it's definitely one of those features that you don't really think about, but it's super nice to have. You can just click it once and then it's gonna go all the way back up or all the way down. So definitely a nice feature. Over here you can adjust your mirrors. I'm not too sure what this option is right here, but I'm pretty sure it's for defrosting your mirrors. Say it's pretty cold outside and you got some ice on the mirrors or some snow, melt that stuff right off. And you can adjust your mirrors and all that kind of fun stuff. And this actually does have individual child lock. So you got one bad butt kid, got them on the side, you can lock them on that side, or you can lock them on that side and it'll lock individual, or you can just press both of them and then they're both locked in. So they're definitely thinking about the families and the people who are going to be having kids in the back seat. So definitely a lot of features to accommodate that. And then down here on the door, you've got your trunk lift. So not going to do that because I don't feel like getting out and closing it again. You've got your little hood latch right there, and then that's just about it on the driver's side door. Heading over to the middle of the car, your gear shifter is super nice. You've got your electric parking brake right here. If you need to take that off, you can put your foot on the brake and just push it in. Then you can select your gear, so you push that button in, either pull it back once to go into drive, push it forward once to go into neutral, or push it forward twice to go into reverse. And then you've got super nice backup camera. This thing is insane. You can actually put your car in 3D and view all around your car, which is feature that I don't believe too many cars offer. So I think that's pretty crazy. You have a literal 3D diagram of your car and you can pull it up and look at any of the angles. So we'll take it off of 3D. We can see straight behind us. We can see really close if you were, say you were backing into a parking garage and there's a wall behind you. You can view the front of the car by your wheels, make sure you're not curbing them. And you can also do the rear wheels, which is just insane that it has this many cameras with this good a view on them. You got a nice front camera that's super good quality. So this thing is pretty big, but it definitely has quite a bit of cameras to make sure you're not backing into stuff and running over stuff. So it's definitely, they were definitely looking at when they built it. All right, and over here, did end up changing locations, had a little doctor's appointment to go to, so gonna continue from a different location. But anyway, so over here, you can control the sound. So say it's beeping at you, you don't wanna hear it anymore, you can click that, turn it off. And then you've also got different settings, so you can just have the sensors and the little visual image, or you can switch it back and you can have all the camera angles and all that fun stuff. I believe I said it earlier, but this car does have Apple CarPlay, so you can go to all your calls, you can go to your music, you can swipe through all of the playlists and the browse features. You can essentially find any of the music, use all of the features that Apple Music provides if you have Apple Music. And then up here, you can go to the map. That's pretty much all of the features for Apple. You've got the MMI, so if you click on that, it'll take you back to the MMI screen. You can just click back on the Apple CarPlay and it'll take you right back into the menu. Anytime you click on the screen, it has like a super nice click noise. Not too sure how well you can hear it through the mic, but it does have a super nice feature. So you've got all your calls, music, news, audiobooks, your calendar, settings, messages, all of that fun stuff. And you can swipe over and any other apps that you have that are compatible with the Apple CarPlay, it has those as well. Go back to the home screen, and you got the regular radio, the CarPlay, you've got all of your vehicle features. So if this was yours, since this is a rental, I believe I'm not able to tamper with the ambient lighting or anything like that, but if you did get one of these and you wanted to play with the ambient lighting, you can go to light and visibility, then interior, and then you'd have all of your color options over here and you could switch between those. But with this, we can just select the brightness and stuff like that. And over here, you got the driver assistance. So this car does have lane assist. So if you start going towards the lines on one side or another, it'll bump you back over, which some people may like it, some people may not. You can definitely turn it off if you don't want it, but it's a pretty cool feature to have. Your seats, you can mess with the temperature balance. So whether it's on the lower part of the seat or if it's on the back, you can adjust that for driver and passenger. But you've got all of your climate control settings over here. You can control the rear, the front, you can sync them up. But then over here, you got all your settings and vehicle information. Over here, you've also got another GPS. So you've got the one on the dash and you've got the one over here. I believe this is a 10.1 inch screen and then down here is 8.6 or something like that. But either way, they're both super nice screens. Up here, you've got just your, you can switch to straight MMI, which I think looks really nice, or the CarPlay, which is the same as it's always been. So then you have your MMI music settings instead of CarPlay if you prefer. I think the MMI looks a little bit nicer than CarPlay, but everyone has their own opinion and their own preference. And up here you got just the radio settings and things like that. But I think that's about all for the settings and things like that. Once you get one of these, you can really dive in there and look through all these. It has weather, news, pretty much anything you need on here. Messages, you can switch through user profiles. So say you have one and then your wife has one, you can get in and switch it to yours whenever you hop in. Profile selection. So yeah, you can have like 1, 2, whatever. Yours can be 1 if you're the main driver and 2 can be whoever the secondary drivers is and vice versa. You got My Audi, so Audi has the app and you can go through and basically set up and configure everything through there. But yeah, they've got quite a bit of features in here. I love how everything looks. It's super technology savvy and everything is super nice and well placed. So that's pretty much it for the interior, or at least the front end of the interior. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the back seat. All right guys, so hopping into the back seat, we've got a super nice door here. It does have Bose sound. That is one feature I forgot to mention. So it does have Bose sound, so it has a super nice audio system, has a subwoofer, surround sound, 3D, everything. So once you start getting in there and playing with the settings, you can really make it sound really nice and adjust it to your liking. So the sound system in here is, I'd say 10 out of 10, it's excellent. But anyway, to the back of the car, there's quite a bit of room back here. This is set to where I actually sit, and I'm about 6 foot, so quite a bit of legroom. I believe pretty much anybody could fit back here unless you're abnormally tall. But you got the nice leather back here. And then if you reach in here and pull down on the little lever, you can pull out the cup holders, and you got 2 of them here. You just press that and they come up. Super nice, super clean, locks back into place. And then back here you've got the rear temperature controls. So you've got the you can adjust the where you want the air back here. You can open or close the vents here, and then up or down on the temperature. Then down here you've got a 12-volt adapter, and then you've got 2 USB plugins. Then over here you can go ahead and lean the seat forward, and it comes all the way down, so that's pretty nice. And back here there's not too much leg room, so I assume this is just for the little ones, so nobody above 5 foot's really gonna fit back here comfortably. But if you wanted to make use of your rear storage and let these seats down, it's actually really simple. You can hold the button and it comes down and it folds right in there nicely. And then you got double the room back there, and then you can actually fold down both sides from one side. So folding down the other seat as well. And then you've got double the room back here. So not too much storage space if you have those rear seats up, but I'm sure most people would roll those down and put them up when they needed to. And then you can simply press the buttons and push them both back up. Super nice, super convenient. So now we'll go on to the rear trunk space. So if you're gonna open the rear trunk, you can put your fingers right here and just pull it, and it'll auto open for you. Super nice feature. And then, yeah, like I was saying, there's not too much storage room back here if these rear seats are up, but there's enough to fit a couple things back here, maybe a couple bags. And then you can also let the seats down back here. They got buttons here as well, so once again, you can let the seats down, but we'll go ahead and let it back up. And then down here, you got all your accessories. You've got your batteries and stuff back here. There's some Bose connections and a bunch of stuff I'm not gonna mess with, but I'm sure if you needed that, you can access everything you need. You've got a couple little hooks back here as well for maybe a cargo net or something along those lines. Little thing here for some storage. Like I was saying, if you really wanted to utilize your storage, you could just let the 2 back seats down. But other than that, there's not too much back here. Then if you want to close the trunk, it auto closes as well. Press that button, and it comes down and latches itself closed. So this is a super slick looking car. A super nice updated front end, got the LED headlights, nice looking grille, nice looking wheels on there as well. Super clean looking car all around. Then in the rear, we've got those updated taillights, which are once again super clean. They've got the dynamic turn signal, and it does have the Audi Quattro all-wheel drive system, so can't beat it. Best out there. So I'm back inside the car. This car does have a full panoramic roof, so sunroof does open, and it does go almost to the 3rd row of seats. So super nice, has a nice level of tint on there from the factory. Pretty much all Audis come with the deep tinted windows from factory, so you have that going for you. Always makes them look super nice and keep some of that sunlight out. Go ahead and show you these up here. Got your map light button right here, so you press that, and then these 2 lights come on. So I'm not too sure what this button right here does, but down here you can call for roadside assistance. Up here you can call for SOS, and then these are your normal controls for the sunroof and the moonroof. So pull that back, moonroof will open up. But it is super cold, so I'm gonna go ahead and close that back. And then if you just wanted to put the tilt up, you can just press up on the button, and then it'll tilt. It gives you a nice little inch or so, and then pull that back down and it'll close. And then if you wanted to pull the sunshade back up, which is all the way back there, you can just pull this, and then that starts to slide forward. But yeah, we're gonna open that back up because everyone likes a nice panoramic roof. So I slightly touched on the sport aspect of this earlier. So this is the 55 with the 3-liter turbo V6. So it does have all kinds of modes. So it's got off-road mode, dynamic mode, and we'll go ahead and show you that. So down here, you've got your drive select button. So You can press up or down on that, and then up here on the screen it'll give you your options. So you've got off-road, which I don't really know how much off-road you're going to be doing in that, but it does turn off traction control. You can go into comfort mode, which is what I normally just cruise around in. You can go into auto, which assume that's just like basic driving. It doesn't do anything crazy. You can go to dynamic, which would be the sport mode essentially. And it definitely wakes it up a little bit. And then individual, so you can adjust the settings and do some different stuff with that. But here in a minute, we'll go on a drive and we'll put it in dynamic and show you what this thing can really do. So you put it in dynamic, and then down here, so you put it in drive, and then you slide the gear shift over to the right. That activates the paddle shifters, or you can use bump shift and just push it forward or back. But why do that when you have paddle shifters? So if I were to shift it up, click it, it's got a nice feel, but it would go up or down. But since we're not moving, it's not gonna shift. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull that back over and then put it in park. So this car does have auto stop start, which on my last video, someone commented and said that basically it saves around 5% per year. That's not a crazy amount, but when you think about it, saving a little bit is better than saving none. So it has its perks. I know a lot of people don't typically like auto stop start, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. And yeah, I've just been chilling with it. It does its thing. As soon as you let off the gas, the car starts back up and you go. So it's not really too bad. You just gotta take some getting used to. And I also touched on the Bose sound system that it has. So I'll go ahead and go through some of those settings so you can see like everything that you can change and configure. And it's really crazy. Like it's a really good sound system, and everybody that I've showed it to seems to love it. So it's got subwoofers, it's got all kinds of speakers all over this thing, so it can provide the surround sound. So go and turn the camera around, go into settings here, go into Bose sound. You can adjust the treble, you can adjust the bass, the balance, the subwoofer, the focus. You can put it more focus on the front or the rear. The surround sound, I have that turned up a decent level, and then you've got the 3D effect, which is pretty cool as well. And audio pilot, I'm not really too sure what that does, but I haven't really messed with it. Now, I almost forgot to mention that this car does have wireless charging. So in your glove box here in the middle, you can sit your phone right there, and it has the little symbol for the wireless charging, and it'll charge your phone up. And then there's also a couple more USB ports in there as well, and then an SD card slot. So you don't have a charger with you, just toss your phone right there and you should be good to go. But with that being said, that's pretty much everything interior that I can think of. I may have missed a couple features, and if I have, just feel free to comment down below. But we're gonna go ahead and take this thing on a drive and give you guys a feel for the car. We'll go through comfort mode and dynamic mode and basically show you the differences between each and give you a little feel for the cars. All right, guys, so now it's finally time for the fun part. I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys along for a little test drive. So I'm gonna give you guys a little launch. I'll go through comfort mode. We'll go into the paddle shifters and give you a couple of rolls so that way you can kind of get a full idea of the car. And I'll also try to show you the turbo noise as much as possible, and then we may give you a couple of revs once we get back parked. But that being said, let's get onto the road and show you what this thing can do. All right, guys, so right now we're in comfort mode. So it's still, if you get on the gas, it's still gonna get up and go. It moves pretty well, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet, it's pretty smooth, and it's just a nice ride. So I'll be quiet for a second. And as you hear, there's not too much road noise, so it has quite a bit of sound deadening. And if we close the sunroof here, it's even quieter. Right now it's in auto stop start mode, so let your foot off the gas or off the brake and it goes a little bit, but we'll go ahead and give you a little launch in comfort mode. So we're just easing into it, and then we'll man, that's pretty crazy. This is a 5,000-pound SUV, and it gets up and goes. And then you got it's really audible. You hear a lot of turbo noise. You hear the blow off and everything. So this is definitely a car geared towards the family man that wants to go a little bit quicker. Up here at the stop sign, we'll go ahead and put her in sport mode and give you guys a little launch. Dynamic or sport mode.
Hey guys, long time no see.
Alex
Hello.
manning the camera per usual.
I'm waiting to get paid for this.
You know, when she gets a Q7, she won't be.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this car by the way. I don't know when, but eventually.
If y'all want her to get this Q7, y'all better like, comment, and subscribe in that order. We'll go ahead and put this thing in dynamic. Put her in paddle shifter mode. And we'll go ahead and hold the TC button to turn traction control off. Looks like it's all the way off now. So there's some traffic on the other side, but oh, that's the best launch we're gonna get. Yeah, the thing definitely gets up and goes. Definitely gets to moving. Couldn't really give you a launch there because there was a car behind me, but from a second gear roll, Once the turbo kicks in, it really picks up. Handles super good. It's got nice, stiff German engineered steering.
Oklahoma skies.
So right now we're in second gear. We'll go ahead and we'll do a 30 roll. So second gear, 30 miles per hour. It gets there really quick. But like I said earlier, I'll go ahead and once we get stopped, I'll go ahead and give you guys some revs and let you hear the turbo. It's really audible. It sounds really nice. And it's super subtle, so it's nothing overpowering, nothing too crazy, but it's definitely nice. We'll put this back in to automatic, and then we'll switch this to comfort. Now we'll switch to comfort. And then what do you know? Nice grocery getter, super smooth, super calm, super collected. You can turn on your music. It's got a really nice sound system, like I was saying before. Really enjoyable. Barely get on it. Lots of turbo noise. Gotta love it. All right, guys, so it looks like there's no cars coming, so we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a good launch. So I've showed you a launch in my S5 before, but never in here. So in an automatic car, you wanna get your foot fully on the brake, and then the other foot, go and step on the gas, hear the turbo spooling, and I don't know what that 0 to 60 was, but it was absolutely ridiculous for a 5,000-pound SUV. And I just love how you can really hear the whistle of the turbo. It's really pleasant to listen to. So, and I believe I did say this earlier, but if you are in the market for one of these, maybe you're looking for a 2022, 2021, this is a 2020, and it's literally identical to the previous models. So the interior is the same, the exterior is the same, maybe a couple different features, but you can really get a steal if you can find a 2020. You'll walk away with the same thing, with probably a better value and a better price. So I'll go ahead and switch the speedo so you guys can see it real quick. Then we'll downshift a little bit. Fourth gear. Start at 60. We'll give you a little 60 roll. Probably do this in third. So around 60. Thing really gets to moving. Absolutely love it. So you can only imagine if you tune this thing, how much of an animal it would be. This thing is, I don't even know what to say. It is about 27 degrees outside, so you know the turbo engine is definitely liking that, and it has no problems with traction considering it has the Audi Quattro system. So this car is a lot of fun for what it is. Man, then we'll put it into, it's still in dynamic mode, but we've got it to where it'll shift by itself, so may shift a little bit faster. Oh my goodness. So I'll give you one more little test of the car in sport mode, but shifting on its own. Right now we're at about 20 miles per hour. Give you a little 20 roll. So we'll go ahead and oh yeah, it definitely probably shifts a lot better than me. That felt pretty crazy. Yeah, in sport mode, the steering definitely gets a lot stiffer and you get a lot less body roll, so not too sure if you want to take this through corners. It's a pretty big thing, but it definitely is a lot more responsive. I might try to give you an example of the lane assist here. Hopefully it won't run me into a rail. So the lane assist, see I'm going to the right, it pushes me back over, and then it's like, hey man, don't do that again. Once again, going towards the line, it pushes me back over and tells me to put my hands on the wheel. So that's one of those features that you don't really think about, but it is pretty nice to have. So the headlights are updated, the taillights are updated. Pretty much everything about this car has been touched. Interior used to be that little pop-up screen, and now you've got this full 10.1 inch touchscreen. You've got the touchscreen down here. It's about 8.6 inches, I believe. You've got all these super nice screens up here in front of you, which that might be one of the most underrated things about this car. You have the map right in front of you, so as to where you'd have to look at to the middle of the car to the GPS. You can look right in front of you. It's a lot less distracting. You can monitor your speed and do all that stuff and still get to where you're going. When we get back, we'll give you a little bit of the turbo noise, a couple revs, and then I'll go ahead and show you guys like the tail lights and the headlights, because I think those look super nice. So. now I've got the hazards on so you can see the signal lights. This is what the front end looks like. Simple little signal light in the front. And then you've got the LEDs there. Looks super clean. And then in the rear, we've got these really nice dynamic signals. So I love the way it has like that rectangular, I don't know, almost like a Tron effect. And then you've got the actual dynamic light on the bottom there where it actually moves, and the actual fluttering light there. So the taillights on this thing look amazing. These are probably some of my favorite taillights. Really any of the new Audi taillights look really good. So what she looks like as a whole, just super clean, super refined. Knowing me, if this was mine, I'd have to have all the badges blacked out. I'd have to get some nice little black wheels on there, maybe a nice black roof wrap. And I don't know what color we'd actually wrap the thing, but something that would, you know, really make it look luxury. Probably like a nice metallic gray color, but black grills, everything. Maybe even carbon fiber mirror caps, or maybe just a subtle black, not too sure. All right guys, so this is a 2020 Audi Q7. This is the 55 TFSI, so it does have the 3-liter turbocharged V6 like I was telling you before. So be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you can, drop a like on this video, it'll really help me out. If you like what you're seeing on the channel, be sure to subscribe and smash that notification bell. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one.